Oh, can you hear that wind ruffling this plastic? While we're on the subject of inspecting your plants, I was going to show you a couple of more examples of things ordering off the internet. These are fruit trees, and right here's a good example of sending out a fruit tree with an open wound. You can see where the graft union is right here, but right up above it, evidently it was damaged sometime. I received it in this condition. I don't know if I clean this up a little bit, cut all this roughness stuff off and wrap it with some paraffin tape, it might go ahead and seal that up. I don't know if I ought to just put some type of sealer on that, because that's right there in the middle of the tree there. But let me see, this other example I'm going to show you is where they've grafted it, and then they cut off the rootstock above the graft, which this has some suckers coming up off the rootstock, but you can try to hold this at an angle where you can see that. See how high this sticks up? This is the graft union right here. You can tell the difference. But then they cut off the rootstock, this tall up above it, and it's going to take forever if it ever does seal up over this. This is considered an open wound. So I may take a little coping saw or something and cut this down closer to where this collar can seal that up. You can see on this one here where it's trying to seal over where they cut it. I don't know why you would leave a stump like that above it. But here's another one. See, it's trying to heal over. This was probably a different type of graft. It looks like a V graft where they might have V'd down into the rootstock, but it's sealed up all the way, almost all the way around it. This is another one that I actually did cut off. It was another one that was sticking up really tall. But I mean, you can't inspect these things, when you purchase them off the internet. There's another one here. This is a little peach tree I purchased at a chain store. I purchased it at a reduced price because it didn't have much root on it. They'd cut the roots, tap root about that long, and it had very little feeder roots on it. And as you can see, it's not even showing any life, other than if you scratch under that bark, there is some green cambium under there. But yeah, I mean, these I don't know. I mean, it just seems like that's too tall to be leaving on there for that to heal over. I would have included this on the other video, but it was getting pretty bad. It's kind of out of practice making videos. I don't know, I get sidetracked. I start thinking about other things and talking at the same time. It's just a poor quality video. Oh, let's talk about this poor little kiwi. It's struggled. I've had it in this other greenhouse all last year, and it got kind of a lot of side growth on it. I didn't really have anywhere to put it at the time, so when I pruned it, it's slow to recover, but spider mites love it. I don't know if you can see the speckled pattern on these leaves. That's usually a very good indicator that you have spider mites. And if you flip the leaf over, you'll see little red specks. Of course, I've sprayed these with some neem oil, try to suffocate those out. But that's the first telltale sign is of spider mites, is a freckling pattern on your leaves. But hopefully it'll snap out once this weather settles down. We're still getting cool nights, so I'm sure once the nights get consistently warm, it'll grow a lot better. And as far as propagating, this is another example. This is a seedless muscadine. It's a Fry, F-R-Y, seedless muscadine. And it had some extra growth on it, so I just routed it up in some potting soil to get some roots growing on it. By the end of the fall, this should be rooted enough. I can cut it loose from the parent plant and have 2 more vines. I mean, I could have done this one also, but thought I'd give this plant a little break. But, see, I've got it. It'll be trellised both directions. It's got I don't know, roughly 20 feet to go to the west. And if the kiwi starts growing this way and it looks like they're going to meet somewhere, I'll cut this one back so it can put all the energy into this other side, because I really left this in for that kiwi to grow this direction. But only time will tell. But thanks for watching. Hope you find some of this at least interesting, and maybe I'll get better at making videos. And then maybe not. But we'll catch y'all later.